Greetings everyone and welcome to the Lines and Tarot. Today I will be doing a reading on Astro's Lee Dong-min, aka Cha Eunwoo. And I wish I could insert a gif of him doing that, but I don't have it. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing a reading on Sir Cha Eunwoo and basically seeing what kind of personality he has, and also touching on a scandal that I heard that he had, where he apparently said some lewd things or wrote some lewd things to a fan, telling her or writing down to her that he wanted to see her in a tight, next time wear a tight black dress, and meet me in an alleyway, something like that. I haven't seen any proof of this. It's just rumored that this was said by him or written down by him. Before I actually get into this, I will preface this by saying I did a very small personal reading on the spot when I heard about it. And you know, my cards had told me that this was this wasn't true, but there was no way for him to disprove this in any type of way. So therefore he's kind of he kind of took that L on it. But I'm going to actually go into an actual reading on who Cha Eunwoo is, and go into that scandal question just to see if I can answer that, to see if that was true in more detail, okay? So without further ado, Cha Eunwoo, step into the den. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull some cards on Sir Cha Eunwoo. Also, feel free to like and comment on this video. Let me know if you think the rumor is true before I get into the reading. I mean, like I said, my cards already told me no, but I don't know. It could be telling me something else. You know, we could get further details. So let me know if you actually think it's true. Also, consider joining and becoming a member. You know, there are quite a few cute perks in there where you can get a free one question reading every time I do lives. And for pack leaders, you know, you get a whole video dedicated to you, so on whatever topic you want. So just, you know, consider that. And also consider joining my Patreon. That's where I kind of dump all my readings over there before they even get to YouTube. So we're going to go ahead and pull some more cards for Cha Eunwoo's personality. Okay. This is kind of on its side, so it's both positive and negative traits. Okay, so let's read about what it says about Mr. Cha Eunwoo, who he is as a person. And this is going to highlight some of his most dominant traits for me. And we're just going to go ahead and see what comes up. Alright, so for first we have athlete, and this is in the positive aspect of this card. It says dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, strength of spirit. So this is kind of talking about Cha Eunwoo's talent for finding what he's good at amidst things that he's bad at. So if he's bad in one area, Cha Eunwoo will find something that he's good at and make sure to excel in that area instead. He will also work on what he's bad at so he's able to keep up with whatever he needs to do and not become a burden. Cha Eunwoo is someone who works on flaws, on his physical flaws, and just make sure that he's able to carry his own weight one way or another. We next have pioneer in the light attribute. It says passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Again, it kind of goes into what I was saying before, where he kind of has this thing where he actually quite loves and enjoys finding things that he can and cannot do. So if he can't do something, he really loves to find things that he can do and what he's good at, especially revolving around that situation. He loves finding things that he's good at, and he loves expressing how good he is at certain things in his own way. Hold on one second. But yes, Cha Eunwoo works on finding the beauty in his own flaws. And he works on making his flaws work for him. So next we have the Exorcist, freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. Again, this all kind of goes a little bit hand in hand. So Eunwoo is a person who can be told or find out what's not working. And this is now talking more so in his own personality and own habits outside of physical things. It's kind of like, okay, you can tell him this isn't working, you need to do better at this, or this attitude needs to change, this needs to change, and he'll see those flaws in him and he'll work on those, and he'll try to change them, and he'll try to not make his own personality or his own quirks be a burden to someone else. Alrighty. So next we have child divine. Now this is talking about that's saying that he has both positive and negative traits of this. So, oh, this is funny. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggest special connection to the divine. So it's talking about Eunwoo has a natural and genuine innocence. A natural, genuine innocence that is not just an image, or at least was not just an image. It is a pure natural innocence that he does possess and have. This is actually his true nature. But also in the darker half, it says an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Okay, so this nature of his, because he may have issues sometimes with possibly being too kind or too naive, and this will get him into very big trouble. This has a habit of getting Eunwoo into a lot of trouble. Eunwoo can, if someone asks him something nice enough, may go out of his way to do something for someone, and that can backfire tremendously on him. So he should be very careful about that, because that naivety sometimes can you know, end up destroying him. He needs to be very careful with that. Next, we have God. This is in the positive attribute. It says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. He is someone who knows himself in and out. He knows who he is. He knows his own personality type. He knows what he likes. He knows what he doesn't like. But he also knows how to play the field. He knows how to use his traits, or the traits that people like the most about him, to his advantage, to a T. This is kind of similar of how I feel about Moonbin, but Eunwoo knows exactly how to use his image, his charms, and everything to a T. Like, you cannot, like, I can't even explain how well he knows how to use himself. But that's just the best way I can tell you. He knows how to use every aspect of his own being to his advantage, to get him jobs, to get people to like him, to get anything that he wants. He knows how to use it. So there's that. It is in a positive trait, so it doesn't seem like he particularly uses it for negative stuff. He doesn't use it to hurt people. He doesn't use these charms to, well, I can't say he doesn't use it to take advantage of people, because to be honest, I don't know him on that personal level. But this is saying for the most part, it's mostly in the positive, where, you know, that's not really where he's leaning towards. It's more so he uses it to boost his career. He uses it to move further in his own personal life. So we also have mentor in reverse. So mentor in reverse says inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. So this more so is kind of also telling me that in a way he's still a one-trick pony. Like, it's more so like he is somebody who has learned and mastered himself. He knows what he's good at. He knows what he's not good at. He knows where he excels. He knows where he doesn't excel. And he's picked the role to play for himself. And that's where he stays. But it doesn't seem like he's elevated from that spot yet. It's like right now, it's kind of like he's not at a point ready to move on from that. So let's say his image is still innocent and cute. He's not at a point where he's ready to move on from that. He's very much stuck in his image and does not really know or think that there's a need to grow out of it. So, you know, hopefully, you know, if it's for the better that he does grow out of it, hopefully we will see more of that. But for right now, Eunwoo is pretty much stuck in the personality that he naturally has and was trained to have. So, you know, we'll probably still be seeing very innocent, shy, and cute Eunwoo for a while before he decides or realizes there may need to be a change. Okay. Let's pull a card for the overall energy for Eunwoo for this year. Well, I don't know. I said this year. Overall energy for him in general. How's like everything looking for him? I'm not going to put a timestamp on it because I seem to be like really bad with timestamps. So no timestamp. Hold the space. Kind of like I was saying, he knows what role he plays. He knows what he's good at, and he's going to maintain and hold that image. You know, he knows his place and he's going to stay in it. Period. That's it. I'm pulling one more card, and it says shift your perception. So there is a call for him to change, or at least sort of like, yeah, it's a call for him to change. It doesn't have to be a complete 180, but a change or mature. You know, there's a change that does need to happen within his image, because as he grows older, of course, this innocent image isn't going to continue to work. You know, as he hits, I don't remember how old he is, but, you know, as you hit 25 or 26, you know, you can't still hold an image of innocence. You know, I've never kissed a girl. I've never done this. Or kissed somebody, I'll say, you know. It's going to get old. So he's going to have to sort of grow with the times and learn how to mature. Not saying that he hasn't already, you know, changed or matured at all, but it's still calling for more changes for him. So let's go ahead and get into what are the biggest things to be happening for Eunwoo. Stamina. Okay, so we got this in the Astro, this card in the Astro reading in general. Eunwoo is going to be doing a lot of work. He's got a lot of work for him. He's going to be doing a lot of work, period. That's really it. Like, I mean, he's going to have a lot of jobs, a lot of shows, a lot of hosting, a lot of features. He's just going to be basically all over the place. He's going to be doing his best to promote and help promote his group. And he's just going to do everything that he can to further promote Astro. And that's basically where that's at. And lastly, we're going to go into this scandal. And I'm going to ask, this is the actual deck that I used the first time to sort of get into this. I'm going to ask what happened in that scandal? Did he actually write these things down to this person, or was this a false rumor? Is there more to it than meets the eye? What's going on here? Okay. Okay, privilege. Huh. Interesting. Oop. These are few cards. Okay. This is funny because what I'm getting is, I do think that this was a bigger thing, that a little more intense than it seemed to be. It does seem like there was somebody. This is kind of like what I was talking about in the Astro reading. I should have that up first. That, or was it this one? No, I was saying with this one that Eunwoo needs to be very careful with doing things for people because it could get him into trouble. Because this is, to me, this is a woman who seemed, older woman, possibly, you know, this is a woman who had some money. I think she had offered, especially with this Ace of Pentacles, almost like offered or given him something to say, hey, can you write this down for me? You know, can you, because I think he may have actually, I don't know if he wrote it, but it seems like he seemed to have been a little bit indifferent towards it. But this is still this offer that he didn't really want. But I think he took it anyway. So it seems like he was asked to write this, and he did it. And it's funny because, like I was saying, he didn't really want, we have indifference here. He didn't really care to write it, but the action tells me that he did it anyway. But I think he was asked to do it. And so this person who asked him, this woman who has a lot of money, asked him to do this to fuel her feelings for Eunwoo. So we have illusions here. So she likes Eunwoo, and she wanted him to basically call her sexy and things like that. Basically talk sexy to her. You know, and even with this, it's kind of like Eunwoo was kind of disappointed in the outcome. Like, he did it, and it's almost like this is his emotions towards what she wanted him to write. Like, it's kind of like more of a dry kind of, okay, well, I'll do it. And then we have deception and triumph. So it turned out that he, you know, he was tricked, because then, you know, this was exposed and put out there. So he felt tricked, he felt deceived. But it seemed, you know, he did overcome it. So there's not really a problem, at least not now. There's not too big of a problem. But it does seem like it was just something where a fan was like, hey, can you write this sexy thing down for me? And he wrote it, and then this person went and exposed it and said, oh, he wrote this, you know, thing down. And I don't know if this person actually didn't like the message, or if they exposed it in a sense that, I can't believe he wrote this. They just exposed the letter. But this person actually wanted him to write that, asked him to write this down for him, for them, and he did that. And the exposure of it ended up making him look like a skeeve, like a skeeve. So I didn't get any personality cards that said he's a true pervert, but you know, I don't know these people. So he still could be some, you know, I don't know, you know. Some of these idols have been really disappointing lately. But it doesn't seem like this was the case. It does seem like it was a misunderstanding and something that had been taken out of context. Hold on, there's another card. Reflection and defeat. I didn't even know these were flipped over here. Is there any more? Okay, no. Reflection and defeat. Yeah, so it doesn't seem like it affected his career. But he did kind of reflect on it. It does seem like it was kind of like a, well, now I know better. And this heart that is made out of rocks, it's almost like, you know, feeling like you did something out of kindness, and it was just kind of thrown back in your face. Yeah, that's kind of pretty much all I got. He, you know, thought about it. I think he knows better than to write certain stuff down anymore. And that's it. That's it. All right, guys. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know if you have any questions. Put it down below. Let me know. Do you think he wrote that down because he actually was like, no, I'm trying to flirt with you, or I'm trying to meet you in a back alley or something? Like, or do you think he wrote it down because a fan may have asked him to write it down? I generally want to know what your opinions are. Because I'm not reading this to persuade, you know, persuade you to have a specific opinion at all. I generally want to know what you guys think. What do you think about this scandal? Do you think it's a big deal? Do you think he really was, you know, trying to hit on this lady and, you know, trying to meet her in the back? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Until next time, guys. Deuces.